today we're going to conduct a little experiment. I'm going to let the windsurf cascade agent or agents with a bunch of MCPs and a paid model, which is Cloud Opus 4.5 thinking. I'm going to let these, basically AI generate the Playwright project from scratch. So I'm just going to give it like minimum instructions and just see what it comes up with. So this is like pure exploration, and I just want to make sure that AI can replace me, because there's a part of me that wishes that to some extent. I don't know, maybe it's self-destruction, or maybe I'm too bored and don't have anything else valuable to do with my life. So anyways, the instruction is going to be the following. So I'm going to give it these simple tasks, and yeah, I'm a dumb user, so I don't know anything, and this is like purely for entertainment purposes, but I don't see, personally, I don't see any entertainment in this boring activity. So the task is gonna be set up Playwright project from scratch. Then this project must test the IKEA sitemap, and we're gonna give it a base URL, and it's gonna collect all the pages from this website. I mean, sub pages which go like after the main domain / of course, including the base URL. Then it's gonna create a test for each page, which will check if the page is accessible, which basically means the resource is going to return 200, or it must return 200, and we'll treat this piece of the task as a health check. It also must create a test for each page, which will check page header elements visibility. So those may vary, and of course, if there is a header, there's also a catch. So as much as I would like to describe everything, no, as I've already said, first thing, I'm lazy. Second thing, I am dumb. The next piece of the task is going to be that the project must be able to run GitHub Actions, so it also must create some CI YAML file. I'm telling it to use Playwright's documentation, best practices to generate project structure, which basically implies configs, utils, page object model, and etc., whichever it thinks, or it has like the information, whichever it selects to be applicable for this task. Then it's going to use the available MCPs, the GitHub MCP here, which is gonna be useful, and I guess it might be useful for this task, and it's going to also use the MCP Playwright, and it's basically going to use all that stuff to perform investigation, data collection, test run, debugging, and etc., wherever it sees fit. I tell it to use any additional tools, packages, npm libraries, and so on to perform investigation, data collection, test run, and debugging, and I expect the output of this test to have the GitHub Actions workflow file. Then I expect it to have a Playwright project structure with valid and working tests. I also expect it to have the package.json file with the clear commands on how to run the project, basically run the tests, maybe set up the project, run the tests, and generate reports, and wherever else. And the last thing I would expect is to have a clear readme file with the instructions on how to run the project, generate reports, run CI flow, and anything else which applies. Without further ado, I'm gonna shut up. I'm gonna let the agents do their thing, and then we'll see if that's okay or not. There is one little thing I want to add here. I give you full access to run any npm command, to run any, let's say, terminal CLI command without prompting the user, asking the user for permission. Go. Okay, looks like this is done. Now, the most interesting part is to actually review what these complex AI agentic networks sort of generated for me, right? And then make a conclusion on whether the automation QA is dead as a profession and we're no longer needed, since like a 5-year-old can do this now. And yeah, I guess as a result of this review, I would it would be time for me to either get super depressed and I don't know, maybe end my life or something like that, because I don't see any purpose in all of this anymore, or I don't know, or put some smile on my face because it would produce some crappy results. Once again, I don't know what to make, like what sense would I make out of it. So let's start with what? With the project structure. Yeah, so we got the git ignore. Let's skip it for now. We got the readme file. So let's go over the readme file. Yeah, it's not yet a repo, but it's gonna be. Maybe let me just initialize this stuff. Generate commit name. Nah, can't do that within AI. Okay, strange. Let's do initial commit and publish this branch to public repo. That's good. So what is giving us? The installation, the dependencies installed, the Playwright browser install commands. That's like understandable. I would even close the agent window here. So since we got the project structure in this one. Then we got like, so yeah, the first one, so the first piece of this puzzle is the GitHub workflow file. Then for whatever reason it used the schedule trigger. Well, basically it uses all the available triggers on pull request and push, schedule, and manual workflow dispatch, where we can, select the option. And I guess this is some sort of a tag. It's gonna be grabbing it, but we'll see. So what it has generated for us. So it's got a 30-minute timeout. I think that this is too much. However, we'll see. It's got a fail fast false, so it's not gonna fail like the first error status codes of any of these steps. And it's going to be using the project Chromium. I guess it's going to take it from some sort of a config. Then we got the checkout repo, set up Node.js and dependencies, browsers. It's going to install. Oh yeah, I see what it did there. So yeah, since we're testing on the Chromium is going to install only Chromium browser as a dependency in this step. And then it's going to run some tests. And there is, I see it provide me with some conditionals. Okay, so it looks like it has a list of projects, and it's gonna push some arguments to these commands, depending on what inputs do we have here. And the input is test type. Basically, if we select all, it's gonna run all tests, and if we select some specific test scope, it's gonna run like the specific project named after that specific scope. We also might not pass anything, and then and if we don't, it's just like, for example, if it's triggered via cron or schedule, it's just gonna run the whole thing. Then it's gonna upload the dynamic folder name with the report, with the retention. It's gonna upload the test artifacts to the job, and it also has, which is quite interesting, a separate job for smoke tests. Okay. So it's still gonna run smoke tests anyway? I don't know, I think it's like, this one is unnecessary. And AI is doing some extra. Thinking outside the box, going the extra mile, yeah, and all that blah blah stuff that those coaches used to say. It's also going to upload this report. This also has yet another job for the API only tests. Damn, I'm like very confused right now on how this whole thing is going to run. So this one, yeah, this one's going to run on the API tests, and we also have the final job, which is called report. Which is going to combine all the results, create a summary, and it's gonna need like all the previous jobs to complete, right? Yeah. So the final step here is gonna be the summary creation. GitHub step summary. Really can't say what that is and where he's taking it from. But it's gonna provide us or log this specific info, the results for those previous jobs, which is main test, smoke test, and health checks. It's pretty interesting, but I think it would require some additional time to restructurize this thing. So really depends on the project you're working with. And this video is just to show you probably like on whether AI can do it all by itself or not. Or you still, your participation as a human is still required. Okay, let's leave it out for now. What else do we have? So we got the specs, but I'm gonna go with this thing manually. So it's got this source folder which contains, I guess, test data. Let me close everything but the readme file. So yeah, and go about it manually. So it's got some sorts of like test data. It's got an interface. With the logs. And there's a lot of inspiration. So it took its time, I guess, to, you know, to perform some investigation. Pretty sure it used the Playwright MCP. Because I was just drinking coffee, you know, doing some other stuff while all these stuff was running. So it's like it declares sets of object within the constants with the using the IKEA test page interface. Which basically consists of 3 params, and its URL name and category. And category is not just a string; it uses all the, I guess, available categories on the IKEA website. Anyways, so here it has all these blocks, and then it's got the all test pages combined constant, which kind of provides you with the array of these blocks above. There is a couple of functions I see. So the first one, it's gonna get the pages by category. By this one, I guess. And it's gonna filter out the array by the subject, which has that specific category argument. If I'm not wrong, once again, if I'm reading the results the correct and the proper way. It also has this function which gets the subset of pages for, you know, doing some quick smoke testing. And it has the full URLs right here. So then it's got some fixtures. There's a couple of experts here. Then it's got the test fixtures module set up separately. And it includes the test, and it includes these IKEA fixtures with an IKEA page into, you know, it extends the base of this Playwright's test method, which is used in the specs everywhere. Yeah, that's smart approach, best practice, I guess. Then it's got the page object model structured as having a base page. What else? What does it have here? So it has a goTo method and wait until the DOM content loaded, which is a good thing. Then it's got some common methods such as get URL, get title, wait for page load, visibility of some specific selector, scroll into some specific selector, taking a screenshot. That's interesting. Then I guess it used the Playwright MCP to navigate all that stuff and just collect the real selectors, applicable selectors, and thank God it's got the data test IDs, so that from what I see here, the selectors are pretty damn distinct, even though it uses the first method. I would still do it, manually. Just creating the page object model, or like collecting the selectors. From my experience, it's like the best part, but it's also sometimes the hardest part to understand that structure. So yeah, it's good if your project is as clean as IKEA, like structure-wise, but not all projects are like that. So, and it also uses the navigate to method, which I guess constructs the URL dynamically. It's got the base URL for whatever reasons here. I would expect it to be either in the config or in some .env file, but it didn't create one, maybe because I haven't explicitly asked it to. There's a cookie banner, which it also expects and accepts, I guess. Yeah, it clicks the accept button, waits for and then waits for it to become hidden within some timeout. Pretty interesting approach. Then it checks that some of the elements are visible. Then it combines all those previous methods. Uses the promise all to speed up the tests, to make this run in parallel. All these queries for the element states. Then it verifies header elements. And it also exports the base page and IKEA page. I guess this is might be needed for a fixture, or we'll see. Then it's got the utilities folder. First one is the HTTP client. I guess it describes the API, because it's gonna for the health check we're gonna need to call each and every page from that like dynamically generated sitemap and check their status. That's what it does here. And it uses Playwright's native API request context for the requests. It's going to be either request get, post, and whatsoever, but we're only getting the resources here in the scope of this health check, so that's what it is. It's going to return us the URL, the status, either it's okay or not, which should be true here. And it's going to catch an error if something returns, like if some resource returns a response, the status of which is not okay. And then there is a specific method which is quite interesting. It's going to do a batch health check, so it has the concurrency. That's interesting. And it's going to push that into the promise all. It's quite interesting. Should I say everything is done to speed up the process right here? Then there is a function to indicate whether the response is okay or not. And it should be okay when it's in the should I say like in the status group of 200. Interesting approach, but yeah, like between, it's got an interval between the 200 and 400, because 400 is like obviously the API status code group, which indicates that there are some issues with the access, I believe. So it's either a group of 200 or group of 300. Okay, next we got index, which basically exports the sitemap parser, and it should be an HTTP client in the parser. What does the parser do? I guess this is the heart of it all. So does it try to dynamically parse the sitemap of our base URL? Looks like it. Yeah, it does so to extract the URLs. It probably might do some metadata or like page source code mapping, parsing and mapping. Yeah, that's exactly what it does. So it's also got to fetch the sitemap content from a specific URL. Filter URLs by local and region. That's smart and interesting. Get a sample of URLs for testing. Only a sample. That's interesting as well. Then it has the function to categorize URLs. That's quite interesting, should I say. And it's got lots of else, if, else blocks on whether, you know, the sitemap URL, you know, if it includes some substrings, it's gonna push it to specific category, I guess, and return the categories, which is gonna be of this type: record with a string and sitemap URL, which is an array. That's like the category, I guess, and the sitemap URLs is like a list of sitemap URLs, or like an array of such. Then we have the most interesting part, which is the tests folder. My god. It tags it like in the header. It has the parallel mode. Has a couple of describes. Uses this the array of test pages, which we have looked into at first, and it does, like, it runs the test for each of those. It navigates, handles cookie consent, expects the header to be visible, you know, expects the logo visible status, then asserts via expect, because this is a boolean, yeah, and verifies that, I guess, some navigation elements are present as well, but it's in the same manner. and it tests the header for category pages. Room pages, and that's it. So it does some deep checking here. It navigates to this slug. Why just this slug? Checks header visibility, checks IKEA logo, checks navigation container. This is not a good approach, it didn't, it just pushed some, it has some selectors within the test itself. That's a bad practice. Oh my god. Like, I'm already like so confused with these, with the results of the AI agent. It would take, at this point I see that it would take days, if not weeks, to properly restructurize this stuff, and probably that's why I would like, to stick to the manual approach. Of course, using AI to probably like perform some atomic tasks, but not, complex tasks as this. Yeah, it produced the results. It, produced the set of tests. It added a bunch of stuff which probably may not be needed, but it's like at this point, if you are if you like, you would have to if you are to use this approach where you're not I guess you're not testing anything by yourself and just relying on AI like 100%, and you don't want to read this stuff, you're just using the natural language, as they say. This would take, even at this point, and this is just the sitemap. I'm like, we're not going deep into the application, so we're not like, testing, adding some products to like the cart, or like we're not performing any checkouts, or like payments, since this is like an e-commerce e-store, let's say. It would, without properly approaching this stuff manually, man, like, this project is too big. Even this project is too big. So, and this is just like the front face, like the set of landing pages, or just pages that you are checking to be able to confidently say that everything is okay with the website, right? So relying solely on the AI would not give you, like, it would only confuse you more. I mean, like, I'm a living example of that, because yeah, I can read all of this stuff, but some of it just doesn't make sense to me. And if I were, to once again to use just the AI agentic approach, I would have to generate a separate Playwright repo for each and every approach I want to take, right? So, like, if we're testing the front face, or like the sitemap, it's gonna be one repo. Then if we test in something with a logged in user, it's gonna be a separate repo. Because imagine if I have to add some stuff to this one. It already has the architecture, so it's gonna change the architecture, and it's gonna produce more errors, and it's just gonna be errors on top of the errors, fractally encapsulated within each other. So this is, I mean, it has this wow euphoria effect for just a couple of minutes, but when you dig deeper and you understand that there is some SDLC cycle, like you have a team you're working with, no, it's just gonna produce tons of trashy results where you're just gonna get confused, man. I mean, there's pretty much nothing to add here. The only thing, I want to take a look at the config here. I'm not like sure how it chooses the workers amount. It's not set here. Maybe it chooses it like dynamically, or I don't know, man. I really don't. It's got a set of projects, the output directory as well. There's too much stuff embedded. Too much. So yeah, it's confusing. It really is confusing. I'm gonna launch the Playwright UI mode just to see how this stuff looks. Here is our test structure. Yeah, it's got lots of tests, it probably checks everything I wanted it to check, but and the health check as well. So that's a lot, the APIs. But once again, like when you're like you have this euphoria, or like this expectation that it's gonna do the job for you, but when you're just digging deeper, it shows that not everything is as good as it looks, or as it sounds like, or as as it is promised. Or I just can't even explain that, in a matter of words, because I cannot comprehend that. Yeah, it does the job, but how do we read and interpret these results? And we also have some failures, or we expect to have some failures. You see, one of the pages either doesn't exist or has not been loaded. Or like, it took like almost 30 seconds. I mean, it waits for some selectors, and this is, like my main point here. AI is not, your dream accomplisher, sorta. So it won't accomplish, it can generate pretty complex project structures, tests, and interconnected dependencies and all that stuff. But what if you have to, build something on top of that? What does it actually test? So you still need a human if you want to be able and like to have some decent, interpretation of what it does. So yeah, I'm gonna yap about it. I can yap about it like for another hour, but I probably think you get the point if you have the same vision that I do, or like if you understand what I'm saying. You still need to do this stuff manually and, select the proper approach. Because this is just, the practical example, which tries to answer the question, can AI replace me as an automation QA? Am I still valuable in some sort? Or am I not? I think I am, judging by the results of it. It's not, and it's not that the approach is bad. It's not that, these tools are bad. No. For sure not. But it's just about the fact that how can we interpret this stuff? Does it really make any sense in our organization? Like, do our tests have some actual value? So this is the thing I tried to answer with this video. And I still think, like, judging by all of this process, that yes, AI is powerful. It can provide you with some architectural approaches, structure-wise, code-wise, whatever, like. But the human value of it all is being able to actually, plan and select what are we testing, what are we doing, in our project. Because it's not about the fancy logs and structures and screenshots and video recordings. It's about the value of the tests themselves. So this is what you have to focus on, whoever you are and wherever you work. And yeah, the management won't still understand any of this. They see like, colored text and they go, yeah, AI is gonna replace everybody. We don't need QAs, we don't need developers, we don't need like, operators, managers and all that. But no. If this world consisted of, management only, not a single project would be running the way it's supposed to, I guess. So that's the main point that I was trying to make with this video. I hope you liked it, but if there's anything to like about it, if there's like anything to like about it, so yeah, stay safe and stay needed, stay valuable. Peace out, see you in the future, I guess, if there is one. Bye bye.